What's going on, y'all, man? It's LA Rich, and we back with another video, man. And look, today we got the one and only Charlie Kirk back on the channel, man, with him doing a video titled "College Girl Says ID Cards Are Racist and Affirmative Action is Great." Now, look, it's numerous times, man. All these people come on this debate. What can I say? Yeah, just they step onto the mic and say a whole bunch of things, what these have opened me up to knowing is that a lot of people have different opinions on a lot of things, man. And I don't know, I'm not gonna say if their opinions are good, but I agree with their opinions, but it is very crazy to see that it is so many different minds in this world, man, as far as what people think and what people believe in to their self. It's crazy. Literally every single one of these people, I mean, we've seen some people have mindsets that you would borderline, people watching the video, I say, for example, would borderline think they're joking. But I mean, these people, they dead serious, bro. But before we get into this video, what I want to say is thank y'all so much for helping me hit 4,000 subscribers. We rolled to 12.5 now. I appreciate y'all so much for all the love and support y'all show me every single day. It truly means the most to me. Nonetheless, we gonna go ahead and get into this video. Y'all make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know some more videos to react to, whether it's from Charlie Kirk or anybody else, and I got y'all with it, man. But hey, enough of the talking. Let's do it.
Of white people or whiteness.
Who would you like me to quote?
Kimberly Crenshaw.
I haven't read Kimberly Crenshaw.
She says that whiteness is a cancer or a toxin on our society.
The concept of whiteness, the racial concept of whiteness.
Okay, so what is whiteness?
What is whiteness?
Yeah, define it.
As Kimberly Crenshaw would probably say, the sort of construction of privilege that comes with being white in this country.
Right, so what privilege do you and I as white people have that black people don't have?
Yeah, great question. On applications that are blindly judged, white-sounding names are often given the job more, they're paid more.
Not true. In fact, it's the opposite. There's black privilege right now. It's called affirmative action, where underqualified blacks are taking Asians and white people's places in universities across the country. True or false?
True.
Okay, so yeah, there's black privilege, not white privilege
I
in this
actually
country.
don't think affirmative action is how we address education inequality.
Okay, well, that affirmative action is still largely supported by the CRT regime. But let's get back to CRT, to the essence of it.
Sure.
CRT believes in one manifestation of its ideology is black-only dormitories. So white people are not allowed. Do you believe in black-only dormitories?
No, and I don't have to agree with every aspect of an ideology to argue for it.
So then what part of CRT do you like? Because they call whiteness a toxin, black-only dormitories, and if you want to talk about like ideological or intellectual sloppiness, the 1619 Project was...
I think it's very sloppy.
Okay, we agree. Nicole Hannah-Jones.
I think it's overstated, and I think some of the parts are inaccurate.
Okay, good.
The parts of CRT that I think are most relevant and, very factually, you can, what am I trying to say? There's a lot of evidence for them, is the fact that previous inequalities, such as the institution of slavery, such as our treatment of Native Americans, do in fact affect those populations today. And you were saying before, in inner cities, there's a lot more crime, and a lot of that is because of redlining and other practices that come directly from the mistreatment of minorities previously in this country.
So I want to make sure I understand. So black people make up 13% of the American population.
Oh, 1350, my favorite.
Yes, exactly. Why do they commit 55% of all the murders?
Super great question. It's basically a very complex intersection of race and economic status. It's pretty well known that minority people tend to be in a lower economic status because of discrimination that they face.
So then why don't poor Asians commit a lot of murders?
Also a great question. Asian people weren't originally brought to America on purpose like black people, and they weren't already present here like natives.
So blacks murder because they were brought here 250 years ago?
No, I would like to finish.
Okay, just answer. It's very simple.
I am answering.
No, I know, but you're not really.
I am. Asian Americans predominantly immigrate here for work reasons. They come from already wealthy countries. They're already wealthy when they get here. Crime is committed primarily by poor people.
First of all, that's not true. Talk to anybody from who's Vietnamese? Anybody? Did your family come here wealthy?
No.
Yes and no.
Not wealthy, but not.
Yes
I'm not
or
saying
no?
they come
No.
here. Okay.
The average Vietnamese does not come here wealthy.
I'm not. Okay. perhaps misspoke, not wealthy, but a lot of the, you complain about it all the time. A lot of the immigration from countries that border us, right? It's sort of desperate people who are of a lower economic status, right? And they're coming here for a better life.
So two things. Number one, there's been more blacks that have legally immigrated to this country in the last 30 years than were ever brought as slaves. That's number one. Number two, you still haven't answered the question.
I'm trying to.
Why?
It's a complicated answer.
Black people are only 13% of the population, yet they commit 55% of the murders. Why?
Because black people tend to be in lower economic statuses because of
Okay, no, this
CRT.
is fine. This is great.
Basically.
So you think that poverty equals crime?
I think that it's highly correlated, and there's a lot of studies
This is where
on
we
that.
disagree. What an insult to the working poor of this country.
So why do you think black people commit more crime,
Well, first of
Charlie
all,
Kirk?
so how? Let me ask
I
you.
remember what Charlie said on his opinion on why black people commit more crimes, and he said the reason is because a big part of single motherhood, and if that couldn't be more true than any other reasoning, I mean that's about as true as it gets. Single motherhood plays a huge factor in more murders because kids just not growing up and having that actual childhood to let them understand and experience just a great life in general. And the biggest thing that's absent in their life is their other parent. And I hate that it's so damn common with us black people, bro. But yeah, man, I mean, that's a big reason of it.
To the working poor of this country.
So why do you think black people commit more crime,
Well, first
Charlie
of all,
Kirk?
so how? Let me ask you a question as
No,
my
answer
answer.
it. Go on.
What percentage of blacks have a father around when they're raised?
I knew
I'm
it.
not sure.
20%.
So that's why you
80% of
think it
blacks
is.
do not have a stable father around. That is the most predictable way to end up in prison, end up as a murderer or a criminal.
And why
It's
do
not a
you think that's
racism
a problem?
It's not a white supremacy problem. It's a fact that black fathers impregnate women and they don't stay around with the women
And
that they have
why-
impregnated.
Charlie Kirk, do you
I knew it. I mean, Charlie Kirk can literally right on the dot. I mean, pinpoint target when he says that, man. That is about as true as it gets. Fathers are important, bro. I mean, so important, man. You know, in growing up, bro, especially as a man, you will realize, man, as you get older, bro, how important it is to have a father. Even when you just see other people with their father, and two parents in the household in general is just so important.
Impregnate women and they don't stay
Or just
around.
having two parents in general. It don't even have to be the same household. Having both parents in your life, that's a very huge factor in the way a kid's life turns out to be as they get older.
With the women
And
that they have
why-
impregnated.
Charlie Kirk, do you think that happens more in the black community compared to others?
It's threefold. Number one, we subsidize single motherhood. Number two, it's culture. It's accepted in the black community, and it
so
shouldn't
it's
be.
culture. Okay.
Don't take my
I
word
see.
for it. Read Thomas Sowell's own book on how black culture allows single motherhood to continue into a nanny state type practice. 75% of black youth are raised without a father in the home. 75%. Is that a bigger problem or not a bigger problem than whiteness, white privilege, or white supremacy? How
They
can
should
you
all
blame?
be addressed, and they're all related.
Okay, how is a white person to blame for the fact that 75% of blacks?
Oh, individual white people aren't at all to blame.
Okay, we agree.
Yeah.
So, but wouldn't it be more like smarter to be like, hey, that this is not about systemic racism. Like, stop impregnating your women and abandoning them.
Well, the way to incentivize not impregnating women and abandoning them is increasing access to healthcare, into housing, into everything that we know increases
so we've
those
done
outcomes
that.
for people.
So we have spent $30 trillion on the social welfare system since 1965. Black people are poorer, and the single motherhood went from 25% to now 75 to 80%. So
Damn,
the more money
man.
we've spent on black America, the less fathers we have, because black women divorced black men and married the government.
And do you think that's a problem inherent to black people?
No, it's not. It's happening now in white communities and Hispanic communities. It's just the worst in black America.
And why do you think that is?
Why is it the worst in black America? There's also a cultural problem. There is, and we have to be honest about it.
It's just that black people are
No, let me ask you a question.
Like
The average music that a black person in Compton is listening to, is it about contemplating the good, the true, and the beautiful, or is it about being a gangbanger and trying to get as much money and sleep with about as many girls as you can?
I would actually like to think I would be offended by that.
Do you think the average black kid in Compton is listening to Beethoven or some sort of gangster rap music that glorifies gangster culture?
Silly question. Rap wasn't created to glorify gangster culture. So even though there is rap, I'm sure that's doing that.
You're dodging the question because...
Okay, I'm sure they're listening to rap.
Okay.
So you think rap music makes them leave their mom?
Do you think the cultural expectation in black America is that you stay with the woman that you impregnate?
Within black communities? I can't speak on that.
Okay, the answer is no. It's not. It's not expected.
Okay, and do you think that
hold on, in white Anglo-Saxon Protestant communities, it's a fact. Hold on. In upper middle class white communities.
And the biggest part of it too is that when women are getting impregnated, as far as in the black community in general, a lot of times it isn't on purpose, man. And the quick answer, the quick resolution for all these damn fathers that leave their kids is just to, hey, I'm out of there. I'm not sticking around. And man, it's about time we start. I ain't even gonna say we, because hey, that ain't happening to me. But it's about time to start owning up for the consequences, man. And I would love to see a study that shows how many kids were unexpected or kids were with two people in the black community that weren't originally together in a relationship or anything. It was just really just like a hookup. Boom, end up having a kid, father left, and then it was a single mother after that. I would love to see a study. If y'all know in the comments, let me know what percentage of people that has happened to in the black community, or just in general, not even just the black community.
Upper middle class. Say that part louder.
Yeah, upper middle class white Anglo-Saxon Protestant communities. If you impregnate a woman, you are looked down upon, and we do not think highly of you if you abandon the woman that you impregnate. Mm-hmm. That's a cultural difference. Has nothing to do with money. Has nothing to do with anything except norms. And the norms that have infected black America are destroying it from within. We need more fathers, not less. We need more dads around and less drag queen story hour. We need more young blacks to be able to look up to role models that are not leaving all the time and are not just saying, hey, I impregnated her, so be it. It's a toxin. And if we don't address that as the root cause, it's white supremacy, it's injustice, it's economics, we're dancing around the core of the issue.
That's true, man. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video right there. Everything Charlie said was true. I'm not going to sit here and play like it's not. I mean, he even said, bro, about the music. All these damn rappers that a lot of black people listen to. And I'm not even just going to say black people. Hispanics, people in general, man. A lot of damn people that actually start doing what the people are, what these rappers are doing. It ends up just being a recurrent cycle, man, because these rappers, they literally are the fathers that a lot of these the people that Charlie was talking about as far as single motherhood and everything. The fathers are the ones that are the famous people that are making the music, which is crazy. That is the example right there. Famous people, celebrities in this world, are literally an example you can use as somebody who left their kids having a lot of kids, but not being there for their kids, man. And that is very sad to say, but hey, I hope something changes, bro. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure when. I'm not sure even if it will ever happen, but hopefully it does. But thank y'all so much for helping me hit 12.4 4,000 subscribers. We on the road to 12.5 now. I appreciate y'all so much for all the love and support y'all show me every single day. It truly means the most to me. Nonetheless, that's going to close out the video. Y'all make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And it's LA Rich, so I'm getting up out of here. All right, y'all.
I just got the race, I boost it up, that I'm not real. Shooter ready, go there, ready, blaze, they hit up everyone. Every time I didn't give a shit, I still ain't number one. And my pockets filled with money, bitch, like fucking.